सरकार की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बर्हापीडं नटवरवपु कर्णयो कर्णिकारं बिभ्रद्वासः कनककपिशं वैजयन्तीं च माला रन्ध्रान्वेनो रद्धरसुधया पूरयन् गोपवृन्दै वृन्दारण्यं स्वपदरमणं प्राविशद्गीतकीर्ति। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्वं हदेवमात्मा बुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगम् जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। बोले अलबेली सरकार की जय, राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, दिव्य आत्माओं, महानुभाव, beloved devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and every one, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. As we continue in this wonderful journey, looking at the life of a great devotee of Bhagwan Shri Ram, Lord Hanuman ji. So again, before that we will do a bhajan, a kirtan dedicated to the beloved of Hanuman ji. Nothing pleases Hanuman more than when we chant the glories of his beloved Lord Shri Ram. Today also in India it is Chhati, the 6th day of the appearance, since the appearance of the Supreme Lord to be celebrated Ram Navami. So happy Chhati to everyone. So today is indeed a very auspicious and blessed day. This Pada Kirtan is in book 2, Yugal Kunj book, page 129. I will go through very briefly. Everyone will get maximum benefit, all of us. Raghavendra Raghupati Shri Ram, Shobhit Sita Mata Vam. Raghavendra Raghupati. Shri Ram is the crest jewel, Raghupati of the Raghu dynasty. And sitting to his left side is the Supreme Divine Mother of the Universe, Ma Sita. Nayanabhiram Ram Purna Kam. So, Bhagwan Shri Ram is so pleasing to the eyes because he is the very foundation of beauty. More beautiful than the beauty of uncountable Kamdevs. So pleasing to the eyes of Purna Kam. He is fulfilled in every way, supreme in every way. Chidaghan Anandaghan Tan Sham. His body, just as Shri Ram is divine, his body is also divine. That dark complexion body of the Lord is also divine, blissful. Prem Rupa Ras Ambudhi Ram. So, Ambudhi means ocean. It's another word for ocean in Sanskrit. So Shri Ram is the form itself of that prem ras, divine bliss, divine love, divine happiness. Personified. Ram Saman Daya Nidhi Ram. And when it comes to being merciful, compassionate, no one can be as compassionate or merciful as Shri Ram. Only Shri Ram can be compared to Shri Ram. Bhukti mukti nahi mangat Ram, de do mohi prem nishkam. A devotee, two things a devotee keeps far away from. Bhukti and mukti. Bhukti means desire for the material world plus desire for heaven, heavenly pleasures combined is called bhukti. And mukti, to merge into the formless aspect of Shri Ram, of the Lord. So a devotee keeps very far away. Bhukti and mukti is looked upon as pishachini, demoness, witches. As long as desire is there for bhukti and mukti, Bhakti Mahadevi, the goddess of divine love for the Lord, will never come in the heart. So devotee keeps far away and he asks for what? Prem Nishkam. This is what Kagbasundaji asks. When Bhagwan Shri Ram told Kagbasundaji to ask, he put all kinds of things in front of him. Animadik Siddhi Aparanidhi Moksha Sakala Sukha Khan. I will grant you Siddhis, powers to perform miracle. Nidhi, great treasure, and even moksha, the best of attainment. Kagbasundaji laughed and said, my Lord, these are toys given to those who want. If you so demand and given me something, there's something you have that you're not speaking about. If you want to really give me something. Prabhu Ram said, what do I have that I'm hiding? Avirala bhakti vishuddha tava, shruti purana jehi gav, jehi khojat yogi shamuni, प्रभु प्रसाद को पाओ और देहु दया करी राम. Give me that avila bhakti, vishuddha bhakti, nishkam prem, anpani bhakti. Many names. All meaning the same thing. Selfless love. Give me selfless love for you. That's all. I should not have desire, any desire in my heart for anything. Nahi chahiye vaikuntha lam, hame ek ram so kam. I don't want even Vaikuntha. A devotee does not even desire Vaikuntha, the abode of Mahavishnu, which is divine. But there's too much distance. Mahavishnu is always very serious, doesn't even smile. A devotee doesn't want that. He only wants the sweet and beloved divine Shri Ram. Yadapi Ram hai purna kam, bike bhakt kar binu hi dam. Even though Shri Ram is purna kam, meaning there is no desire for anything or anyone in the world, yet he sells himself in the hands of the one who loves him. He becomes a slave to his devotee. Nirapeksham munim shantam nirvairam samadarshanam anubhajameham nityam puyitam ghirenu 11 Canto 14 chapter 16 verse. Bhagwan Krishna says to Uddhav, I become a slave to my surrendered devotee, those who love me selflessly. Bike hue, a souled slave. Not just any servant, a souled servant. Tum mere hum tere Ram puni mohi birah yehu kas Ram. I am yours, my Lord, and you are mine. I, the soul, belongs only to Shri Ram, and Shri Ram alone belongs to us. Then, my Lord, how come you forgot me that I am in this Maya, suffering in this Maya? Nahi kripalu ko as jas Ram, gidahu dini apuno dham. In the last line, Kripalu Mahaprabhu says, there is no one as merciful and compassionate as Shri Ram, that he gave a Gid, Jatayu, vulture. The dirtiest bird is a vulture. And he gave him his divine abode. Who can be more merciful, compassionate than Shri Ram? Raghavendra Raghupati Shri Ram, Shobhit Sita Mata Ba. Raghavendra Raghupati Shri Ram, Shobhit Sita Mata Ba. O Raghavendra Raghupati Shri Ram, Shobhit Sita Mata Ba. Raghavendra Raghupati Shri Ram, Shobhit Sita Mata Ba. Nayana Bhiram Ram Purna Ka. Nayana Bhiram Ram Purna Ka. O Nayana Bhiram Ram Purna Ka. Nayana Bhiram Ram Purna Ka. Nayana Bhiram Ram Purna Ka. Chid Ghan Anand Ghan Tan Shah. Nayana Bhiram Ram Purna Ka. Chid Ghan Anand Tan Tan Shah. O Raghavendra Raghupati Shri Ram, Shobhit Sita Mata Ba. Raghavendra Raghupati Shri Ram, अम्बुधिरा
प्रेम रूप रस अम्बुधिरा
ओ प्रेम रूप रस अम्बुधिरा
प्रेम रूप रस अम्बुधिरा
प्रेम रूप रस अम्बुधिरा राम समान दया निधिरा
प्रेम रूप रस अम्बुधिरा राम समान दया निधिरा
ओ राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
भोक्ति मुक्ति नहीं मांगत राम
मुक्ति मुक्ति नहीं मांगत राम
दे दो मोहि प्रेम निष्का
दे दो मोहि प्रेम निष्का
ओ भुक्ति मुक्ति नहीं मांगत राम दे दो मोहि प्रेम निष्का
मुक्ति मुक्ति नहीं मांगत राम दे दो मोहि प्रेम निष्का
ओ राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
नहीं चाहिए वैकुंठ लला
नहीं चाहिए वैकुंठ लला
हमें एक राम ही सौका
हमें एक राम ही सोवा
नहीं चाहिए वैकुंठ लला हमें एक राम ही सौखा
नहीं चाहिए वैकुंठ लला हमें एक राम ही सोका
ओ राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
यद्यपि राम है पूर्ण काम
यद्यपि राम है पूर्ण काम
बिके भक्त कर बिनु ही दाम
बिके भक्त कर बिनु ही दाम
ओ यद्यपि राम है पूर्ण काम बिके भक्त कर बिनु ही दाम
यद्यपि राम है पूर्ण काम बिके भक्त कर बिनु ही दाम
ओ राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम शोभित सीता माता बा
तुम मेरे हम तेरे राम
तुम मेरे हम तेरे राम
पुनि मोहि बिसरहु पुनि मोहि बिसरायेउ कसरा
पुनि मोहि बिसराए कसरा
ओ तुम मेरे हम तेरे राम
तुम मेरे हम तेरे राम, पुनि मोहि बिसराए कसरा।
ओ राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम, शोभित सीता माता बा।
राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम, शोभित सीता माता बा।
नहीं कृपालु को अस जस राम,
नहीं कृपालु को अस जस राम।
गीधहु दीन्यो आपुनो धाम,
गीधहु दीन्यो आपुनो धाम।
नहीं कृपालु को अस जस राम, गीधहु दीन्यो आपुनो धाम।
नहीं कृपालु को अस जस राम, गीधहु दीन्यो आपुनो धाम।
ओ राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम, शोभित सीता माता बा।
राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम, शोभित सीता माता बा।
ओ राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम, शोभित सीता माता बा।
राघवेंद्र रघुपति श्री राम, शोभित सीता माता बा।
राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। हनुमान जी मां सीता की खोज में लंका पहुंच गए। लंका पहुंचने में ढूंढने लगे, बड़े बड़े इमारत महल देखने लगे। रावण के महल भी गए और देखा रावण सो रहे थे, लेकिन सीता का कुछ दर्शन नहीं हुआ। मां सीते का looking and searching for Mother Sita, Hanuman ji has reached Lanka. There he sees this is a golden city, this Lanka. Amazing. The beauty of the city. Worldly beauty, but truly amazing. Huge palaces, mansions, all kinds of luxurious things. This city Ravana had gotten from Shivji in exchange for his 10 heads. You can imagine the opulence of such a city. He saw also the palace of Ravan. He went there also. He taken a tiny form. He's seen great, great warriors. He saw Ravan sleeping in his palace. But there's no sight of Ma Sita, Mother Sita. अब अलग से एक बहुत सुंदर सा मकान देखा, महल छोटा सा लेकिन बहुत सुंदर. Away from all of this opulence, he sees another building, very beautiful, that's aside and away from everything else. And it has a little mandir dedicated to Prabhu Shri Ram. Hanuman ji becomes happy when he sees this. छोटे छोटे tulsi के पौधे. He sees small little tulsi plants. All the signs on the walls, the drawing of the Dhanushban, the bow and arrow of the Lord. It means ये कोई भक्त है. To Hanuman ji, he is thinking there's some bhakt, some devotee living here. अब वो वहां विभीषण थे जो रावण के अनुज थे. अब सुबह जागते ही कुछ किया उन्होंने. Living in this not very big but very beautiful for a devotee, this simple but beautiful house that separate from everything else was the younger brother of Ravan, Vibhishan. In the morning he gets up, first thing he does something. Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
The moment Vibhishan gets up, the first thing he starts chanting the glories and name of his beloved Lord. Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai
Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh mere Ram, mere Ram,
Mere Ram, Mere Ram.
Oh Sita Ram, Sita Ram,
Sita Ram, Sita Ram.
Oh mere Ram, mere Ram,
Mere Ram, Mere Ram.
Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Jai राजा रामचंद्र के जय। अब हनुमान को बहुत पसंद हो गए, पुलकित हो गए शरीर। Hanuman ji, hearing this, has become extremely happy. All the paw in his body is raised on ends. Goosebump. Hanuman ji is so happy. He's thinking, how could a devotee live here? Maybe this is some delusion, some Mayavi trick. Hanuman ji again takes a disguise. Brahman ka vesh banaya. He takes the disguise of a Brahmin and he goes to see who this person is who's living here. On seeing Hanuman ji in that guise of a Brahmin, Vibhishan becomes overcome with love, joy in his heart. This is something strange happening here. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, bolo.
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, bolo.
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh, ki tum hari dasan mah koi, मोरे हृदय प्रीति अति होई। बोलो
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
ओ कि तुम राम दीन अनुरागी, आयहु मोहि करन बड़ भागी।
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम, बोलो
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Vibhishan looks at Hanuman ji and something happens to Vibhishan. He says to Hanuman, ki tum hari dasan maha koi, more hridaya preeti ati hoi. Looking at you, who are you? Tell me, O most pious soul, O saintly person. My heart is filled with love, extreme love. Preeti ati, ati preeti. Extreme love just looking at you. My heart has become filled with the joy, with love. Are you one of the servants of the Supreme Lord, Naraji, that I've heard about these great devotees of the Lord, servants of the Lord, Naraji, etc.? Who are you? Or are you the Lord himself? Ki tum Ram deen anuragi. The one who is a loving friend of the humble, the destitute. That Lord Shri Ram, who is told to be Dina Bandhu, Dinanath, a loving friend who loves the humble, the fallen, the destitute. Ayahu mohi karan bar bhagi, that you have come to grace me, to bless me with your divine vision. Who are you? Now, this is impossible. that Vibhishan is a Rakshas and he should have this kind of feeling? A demonic person. There's two things here we have to take into consideration. Firstly, we all governed by Maya in the world, worldly souls. Ajam ekam lohit shukla krishnam bahavi prajaha shrijamanam sarupaha ajo heko jushamanunu shete jahatinam bhukta bhogam ajonyah. Shvetashrutropanishad chapter 4 verse 5. The Vedas says Maya has three qualities. Teen gun. Maya is three-colored. There's a white-colored Maya, red-colored Maya, black-colored Maya. In other words, three qualities, three gunas. White represents Sattva-guni Maya, red represents Rajogun, and black represents Tamogun. Now all these three qualities are inside of all of us. As long as we are governed by Maya. Jab tak Maya ke andar mein. And one is always predominating. Balwan hote hai, teenon mein ek. My Guru Jagat Guru Tam Kripalu Mahaprabhu, he compares the three qualities to three wrestlers in a ring. Wrestling, you have three wrestlers, all against each other. One tumbles the second down, the third tumbles the first down, the second tumbles the third down. One is always predominating, and the one which predominates determines our nature, our character, how we feel, how we think at that time. And there is no time as to how long which quality will predominate, as to when it will predominate. 10 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock in the night. Nor as to how long it will predominate. 1 day, 1 hour, 1 week. There's no fixed time or day. And the qualities keep changing in everyone. In you, in your wife, in the husband, in the parent, in the child, in the friend, everyone. Now, when the two qualities of people, of two persons, the qualities of two different persons is matching, you are of a sattvic quality and your wife is also of a sattvic quality, friendship, love. You like each other, you want to be in the company of each other. But should any change come in the quality of any person, that friendship comes to an end. Why do we feel good and attracted to somebody and we love to be in their company? It's science we don't understand. We think this person is a very good person. Ye bahut acha aadmi hai. Because I like him. I like her. Nothing to do with that. Simply because the qualities, you could be of a tamasic nature. The tamasic qualities predominating in you, and the person that you love to be in the company is also tamasic. Doesn't mean he's a good person. Because the two qualities are matching. That's why. And should there come any change in the quality, that friendship comes to an end. This is what happens every day in every home. The whole day. Sometimes the same person that you love to be close to, you just can't bear to be in the company. Get out from in front of me. I don't want to even see your face. You may not say it. We all pretend. Everybody pretends in the world. If each and every person were to express what they actually feel in their heart, this world will come to an end in very quick time. The wife thinks, let me accept what the husband say. The husband thinks, let me accept what the wife say. Otherwise, there's going to be fight and quarrel, as usually happen when one party refuses to give in. Somebody says something and the other one, you say this, you take this. And then the language increases, the volume increases. The language gets bad, and they may even take up something. Fist fight, something. All it has to do, one person remain quiet. It takes two hands to clap, right? One hand cannot clap. So just one person become quiet. He'll shout and make a scene for a little while, then he'll think, what's the use? I am brain here, that person not even taking me on. But this doesn't always happen. The husband, we live in age, equal right. The husband says something, the wife says, Acha! Hear this, and then it goes on. Anyhow, so we all pretend, we compromise, so there'll be peace. The world will go on. Once the qualities are matching. Now, first to begin, Hanumanji is not under Maya. If Hanumanji is under Maya and he is sattvic nature or rajasic nature and Vibhishan is attracted, that's great. But Hanuman is not Mike. Hanumanji, I told you, he is the 11th Rudra. He is the ascension of Shiv Bhagwan. We say Lord Hanuman. We worship Hanuman. So it means Hanuman is beyond Maya. So the first point, this is telling us something about Vibhishan. Second point, when we meet divine souls, divine entities, how we are on the inside gets reflected like a mirror. Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi prabhu murati dekhi tina taisi. How we are on the inside, exactly it gets reflected. This is what happens when we meet God and the saints. And that's why we have never benefited. We have seen God. Whenever the Lord has descended in this world as Ram, Shri Krishna, etc., we were there. We, Jivatma, the individual soul, is beginningless. Gya gyau dva vaja visha nisha vaja heka bhokti bhogyata yukta anantaschatma vishwarupo hyakarta tayamyada vindate brahma me tat. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 1 verse 9. Gya gyau dva vaja aj. Both Jivatma and Paramatma are aj. Aj means unborn, eternal, beginningless. Sanatan. As Shri Krishna says in Gita, Mamaivansho jivaloke jiva bhutah sanatanaha. The Jivatma, the individual souls, are eternal part, fraction of me, God. Ishwara ansha jiva avinashi chetana amala sahaj sukharasi. Everyone. So we, the Jivatma, the individual soul, is beginningless, eternal. Ever since God have existed, we, the individual soul, have existed. It means uncountable times we have taken birth in human form. It means that whenever the Lord descended in this world, in whatever form, we were there. We saw Him. What happened? Chidanandamaya deha tumhari Vigat vikar jani adhikari. Just as we sang in the bhajan just now, that the body of Shri Ram is Chiranandaghan, Chidaghan, Anandaghan. His body is divine, just as he is divine. Here Tulsidas is also saying, Chidanandamaya deha tumhari. Just as God is Chidanandamaya, meaning divine, his body is also divine. But to see divine body of Bhagavan, we have to have divine eyes. Bigata vikar jani adhikari. In other words, if we were to see divine God, divine saint with our material eyes, what does his eyes do? They see. What can they see? Material objects, because eye is material. So if we were to see divine God or saint, who is God personified, with our material eyes, we'll see him as a material person with all the defects and shortcomings just like us. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Avajananti mamurha manushim tanumashitam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9, verse 11, Gita. Arjun, unaware that I am Bhagavan, God, unaware of my divine nature, Shri Krishna is saying, ignorant human beings, we people, under the control of Maya, we mistake Bhagavan, we mistake God for an ordinary human being just like us, worse than us. Because God, he descends in the world. Bhakta hetu Bhagavan Prabhu Ram dhareu tanu bhoop kiye charit pavan param lekin prakrit nar anurup. For the sake of those who love him, many reasons are given why God descends in the world. To protect dharma, to protect the good, the sadhu, the saints, to protect the cow, etc. Many reasons. Dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Many reasons. Chapter 4, verse 7 and 8 in Gita are given. Many places. But there's not good reason. Best reason. For the sake of those who love him. Bhakt. Bhakt means one who loves the Lord. The Lord takes a form. He descends in the world. Every action he performs is supremely sacred, purifying. But prakrit nar anurup. He behaves just like an ordinary worldly man. He behaves worse. Worse. Worse? If someone kidnaps, let's suppose in your wife or daughter, somebody gets lost in the world, they kidnap or they get lost, what do? You go and you make a report in the police station. You put advertisement in the radio, television, newspaper. You ask people to help you go and look. Does anyone go to a tree and say, Mr. Tree, have you seen my wife? Mr. Bee, Mr. Bird, Mr. Deer, have you seen my wife? What did Ram do when Ravan kidnapped Sita? Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Oh. खग मृग हे मधुकर श्रेणी, तुम देखी सीता मृग नैनी। बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
First to begin, Ram is in the grief, in the separation from Sita. Ravan kidnapped his wife Sita. And Ram is suffering. Remember, he's Purna Kam. Purna Kam. We just sang in the bhajan. It's written in the Vedas, etc. Ram is Purna Kam, meaning there doesn't need anyone to make him happy. Or anything. Are he is happiness. Anando Brahmeti Vajanat. Taittiriya Upanishad chapter 3 verse 6. The Vedas say, Shri Ram is Ananda, bliss, happiness. And yet, a Rakshas kidnaps his wife and he has become so desolate. He's suffering so much in the separation from his wife, he has forgotten who he is. Koham bruhi sakhe swayam sa Bhagavan. He's asking Lakshman. Hey, he doesn't know, he has forgotten who is Lakshman also. Hey, who am I? Lakshman says, my Lord, you are Aryaputra, you are Ram. Acha. I am Ram. Aur tum kaun? Who are you? I am Lakshman, your Das, your servant, my Lord. Acha. I am Ram, your Lakshman. Yaha kya kar rahe hain? What are we doing here in the forest? My Lord, we are looking for Devi. Ka Devi? What Devi are you talking about, Lakshman? Lakshman says, my Lord, we are looking for Janaki, the daughter of King Janak. Ha Janaki Kwasiha. Hearing the name Janaki, he falls on unconscious again. So much he is suffering. Not only that, he is asking the birds and the bees and the trees, Hey Khagamriga, hey Madhukara Shreni, the bees. Mountain, have you seen my wife? And somebody tells you this is the Bhagavan. Huh? We were there. Somebody says to you, I'm going to show you Bhagavan. Oh, okay. And he shows you this person behaving like this and tells you this is the Bhagavan, this is God. Acha. Who told you this? Durvasa. Acha. Namaste to Durvasa Muni, namaste to you, and namaste to your Bhagavan. That's why no one benefits when the Lord descends. So we have seen uncountable times. Uncountable times you have met saint, true Guru. Uncountable times. But according to the form of Maya governing inside of us, exactly gets reflected like a mirror. If we have a tamasic nature, we have very dirty thoughts in our mind, we think very evil things, all we want to do is to fight and quarrel, hurt others, and we meet a saint, oh Bhagavan, oh very bad man, and we will start to spread propaganda, we have to get rid of him. Throw him in jail. Give him a bad name. This happens whenever saints. If you really look at the history of saints when they have come in this world, Tulsidas, Surdas, Meera, Tukaram, Nanak, every saint, We're talking about Kali Yuga. We're not talking about our age. This Kali Yuga itself. What did we do? We curse, we criticize, we abuse, we poison, give them a bad name. What did we not do? Beat them up. Whenever saints have come, this is what? All because their quality is not matching with us. If we have Rajasic nature, we love money, we love position, and we meet God or a saint. Oh, I know. Money guru, he likes money. How many people have given bad name to the saint? For our benefit, the saint he creates beautiful leelas for us to do what we will not do normally. The thing we most attached to, especially in Kali Yuga, money. Most attached. And the scripture says, when you surrender, the thing which is dearest to you, give it up in order to surrender. So number one, most we attach to money. Number two, the most important thing in Kali Yuga, the only dharma that remains in Kali Yuga, dan. दान में कम कलौ युगे प्रगट चारि पर धर्म के कलिमल एक प्रधान ये न के न विधि दीनेउ दान करई कल्याण. Dharma has 4 principles on which it stands. Char pair, 4 principles. Satya, Daya, Shauch, Dan. Satya, truthfulness. Daya, compassion. Shauch, purity, not taking a bath. Pure thought. Shuddha vichar. And Dan, charity. In Satyug and Treta Yuga, this existed in a big way. And to an extent in Dwapar also. But in Kali Yuga, there was no Satya, there was no Daya, and there is no Shauch, purity in thought. Only one remains, Dan, charity. Are we not going to do it? So when the true saint comes, the true guru, because all he wants, he's thinking about how to lift us, how to take us to Bhagavan, to give us that true divine everlasting happiness. So he does things for our benefit. He gets a bad name. A saint doesn't care about name. वो कभी लेते नहीं देते हैं. A saint does not take, he gives. We don't understand. When a saint is taken from us, actually he's given us back multiplied hundreds of times. He doesn't need anything. He's attained everything. सब कुछ भगवान को प्राप्त करने के बाद सब कुछ जो भगवान के पास है वो पूरा के पूरा दे देते हैं. When someone attains God, what is the saint? One who's attained God realization. The moment he attains God, everything that Bhagwan has, he gives to that saint. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam puyanti te. Chapter 10, verse 10, Gita. Everything he gives. Divine knowledge, divine bliss, divine, everything divine. So saint, why do we want money and we want position and we want name? Why do we want all these things in the world? Because we think it will make us happy. We don't want the money. We don't want the name, the fame. We think by getting that, I'll be happy. What we really want is happiness. And a saint has attained that. So why should he ask us for money? No. He's actually, by doing that, he's given us. We don't understand. And we give him a bad name. If a saint would ask for your life, you should just lay down and give it to him. जो भी मांगे दो, बिना कुछ सोचे, without even thinking, just give it. वो कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते कृपा के अलावा. Besides grace, kripa, God and the saint cannot do anything else. Whatever they do is only kripa. His name is Kripalu. All he can do is kripa, kripa, kripa. And we don't understand. So, we give a bath. And if we have a sattvic nature, we have high and noble thoughts, we think about good things, and we meet God or a saint. Acha admi, acha. Very nice man. Better than me, but good man. That's all. And God and the saints are beyond Maya. How can we ever understand? With our material mind and intellect. Don't even try. So how we are? When Bhagwan Shri Ram went to break the bow, when he went for the Sita Swayambar, the condition that someone has to pick up this bow and string it, everyone failed. When Bhagwan Shri Ram went there with Lakshman, all the Rakshas prince and kings sitting there, they saw him differently. One says, hey, look, he has 2 heads. Another one said, you don't see, he has 4 heads. Another one says, no, 8 heads. Another one said, you can't even count, man, 20 heads. One says, I don't even see anybody, who are you talking about? Everyone saw differently. Same thing happened when Shri Krishna went to kill Kunj in the assembly. Everyone saw differently. According to the sentiment, according to how they were on the inside. So how does Vibhishan feel like this? If he's a Rakshas, he should be terrified seeing Hanuman. Yet he is filled with love. More hridaya priti ati hoi. Ati priti. Ati means supreme. To the highest amount of love he's feeling for Hanuman. And he's even thinking that you are Bhagwan himself. Vibhishan is not wrong. God and the saint is one. They're not different. Tasmins tajjane bheda bhavat. Narad Bhakti Sutra. There's no difference between God and the saint. They are one and the same. So why? How come Vibhishan is feeling all these sentiments? Because Vibhishan is a saint. He's performing this leela of being the brother of Ravan, but he is a saint. When Vibhishan went to give good counsel to Ravan, look Ravan, give back Sita. Ram is Dayalu, Kripalu. If you just surrender to him, just give back, he will forgive everything. The moment you take shelter in Ram, he will forget the uncountable sins you have committed in uncountable past lifetime. This is his rule. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchah. Chapter 18, verse 66, Gita. Uncountable sins we have committed in Ram says, even if someone has killed uncountable Brahmin, but he takes shelter in me, I will forgive him. Everything. Ravan got angry. Good counsel, and he kicked out Vibhishan from Lanka. Kicked him. Lat maar diya. Vibhishan thought, ab kaha, kya karu, what to do? let me go and take shelter in my Lord. Vibhishan came to the shelter of Prabhu Shri Ram, who was sitting on the shore, about to cross to go to Lanka. Everyone saw Vibhishan. They recognized this is the brother of Ravan. He is an enemy. वो शत्रु है. He is a spy. Maybe he came to spy. Hey, Sugriv gives the order, bind him, tie him up, and throw him in jail. डाल दो. Bhagwan Shri Ram, he starts to laugh. हंसने लगे प्रभु, मुस्कुराने लगे. और सुग्रीव से कहा कि हे सुग्रीव, सुनो. The Lord starts laughing when he sees all this is happening. And he says, Sugriv, listen Sugriv. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bol.
Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Bolo Ram. निर्मल मन जन सो मोहि पावा मोहि कपट छल छिद्र न भावा
राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम
बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम
निर्मल मन जन सो मोहि पावा मोहि कपट छल छिद्र न भावा. Sugriv, listen carefully to what I'm going to tell you. Only those who are pure in heart, pure mind can come to me, can see me, know me, attain me. I cannot tolerate deception, deceit, fraud. If Vibhishan was a sinner, if he was an enemy, if he was wicked, he could not even come to me, Sugriv. Impossible. It is proved that Vibhishan was a saint to the topmost order. Hanuman ji says, अरे भाई विभीषण, यहाँ बस राक्षस ही राक्षस है. यहाँ भगवान का नाम लेने में तो मुसीबत है. आप यहाँ कैसे रहते हैं? Hanuman ji says to Vibhishan, here there's only non-believers in God, atheists, demonic souls. To take the name of God is a big problem here. How do you live here? You know, we make excuse. My situation, my environment is so bad. Oh, I cannot do sadhana. Look at Vibhishan's environment. Vibhishan says, Hanuman, I live like the poor tongue. जो जीभ है ना, वो दांत के बीच में. Like the poor tongue between the teeth. Every now and again it gets caught in the teeth. That's how I live here. What a situation. And yet he is such a great devotee of the Lord. This teaches us, do not make excuse about environment and how I have this kind of people, I'm living in this kind of house. No. No matter what environment, wherever you are, you can remember the Lord. The Vibhishan shows us. Vibhishan then says, Hanuman, I want to ask you something. Hanuman ji says, okay, पूछो. हाँ, पूछ लेना. राम सिया राम जय जय राम बोलो. बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
ओ तामस तनु कछु साधन नाही, प्रीति न पद सरोज मन माही। बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
तामस तनु कछु साधन नाही, प्रीति न पद सरोज मन माही। Hanuman ji, would the Lord ever accept me? I have a demonic body, tamasi. Tamasic body. It means I can't even do sadhana, bhakti, any kind of spiritual activity. I have such a tamasic body. Or priti na pad saroj, nor do I have love for the lotus feet. Pad saroj, the lotus feet of the Lord. I don't have love, attachment. So will that Lord ever accept me, Hanumanji? Hanumanji replies to Vibhishan and says, Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Bolo
राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
Bolo Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Bolo
राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
ओ कहु कवन मैं परम कुलीना, कपि चंचल सब ही विधिहीना। बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो
राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
Hanuman ji says, Kahu kavan mai param kulina. What are you talking about? Do I belong to some superior bath? Look at me. Do I have some superior body? Do I belong to some superior bath? I was born in the home of a Brahmin or a king. मैं कपी हूं. I'm a monkey. I have the body of a monkey. और चंचल सब ही विधि हीना. That frivolous monkey is vile in every way. Always jumping, naughty. To the point he says, if someone gets up in the morning, first thing he sees a monkey and says, Bandar, monkey, whole day he can't get food. Maybe this is some tradition somewhere, I don't know. But Hanumanji says like this. What makes me superior? And the Lord loves me, Vibhishan. वो भगवान नहीं देखते हैं कि शरीर है या क्या या जन्म स्थिति या कहां से आया. Bhagwan does not look to see if he has a high birth, how educated you are, which family you belong to. ये नहीं देखते. Bhagwan looks to see how much love you have for me. That's all. बस वही देखते. वो जाति कुल ये सब कुछ नहीं. Doesn't look to see which dynasty or what kind of family, what caste, nothing. Only one thing Bhagwan cares about. Prem, Preeti. मिलहि न रघुपति बिनु अनुरागा किए जोग जप ज्ञान विरागा. Anurag, love, prem, that's all he cares about. But why does Vibhishan and Hanuman is such, he is the ascension of Shiva Bhagwan, say such thing? This is a teaching lesson for us here. Bhagwan loves something that Hanuman has, Vibhishan, all Bhakt devotee has, and that is called Deenata. Remember, he is called Deena Bandhu, Deenanath. He's also called Bhakta Vatsal, the protector of his devotee. But I'm no devotee, मैं भक्त नहीं हूँ. When I hear the word Bhakta Vatsal, the saint says, Hriday kaapte hai, I'm shaking in my heart, will the Lord ever accept me? Then I hear he is Deena Bandhu, Deena Nath, Patit Pavan, ab sahas aage. I get some courage. He will accept me. He loves humility. This is why Gaurang Mahaprabhu says, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. You want to do kirtan? You want to do, in other words, bhakti? You want to love the Lord? You want to be a spiritual person? Then 3 things you have to do. Compulsory. Number 1, Trinadapi suni chena. Trin se barkat deen banna. We have to become humbler than a blade of grass. He loves humility. God and the saint. Radha Rani loves humility. You want to get close to Bhagwan, you want Bhagwan to be your friend, then you have to become humble. There should never be any pride. Oh, I am so handsome, I am so beautiful, I have so much money, I have so much position, I am born in the home of such and such a family. No, all this has to go. Uncountable lifetimes of wickedness, sin, impurities is stored in the heart and the mind. You see, the reason why we cannot think I am a sinner, that I am the most fallen. In order to become humbler, someone asks how? Are bhaiya, batao, how to become humbler than a blade of grass? How to get this humility? I don't know how to do it. A lot of times satsangi say, I do not know how to be humble. I cannot be humble. Little things and we get angry. And this is compulsory. Because that anger is going to destroy everything. All your hard work is going to go down the drain. That's why humility is compulsory. Besides God loving the humble, God resisted the proud but gave it unto the humble. Bible also says He loves humility. But it's important for us also. But how to do it? Somebody says, I've never beaten anybody, I have never stolen from anyone, I didn't kill anyone, I didn't curse anyone, I did not do anything wrong physically in the world. So it's hard for me to think that I am a sinner, and I've seen people beating people, harming, hurting, stealing, committing murder, I've seen, but I have not done anything like that. So it's hard for me to feel I am a sinner. We haven't done it physically, but have you thought about it? Oh, all the time. All the time. see, we don't realize who or what is the performer of our action. What does God and Guru note? Does he look at what we do physically? No. वो नहीं देखते हैं. इंद्रियों का कार्य नहीं देखते. He does not look to see what we are doing with the physical sense organ. जो मन सोचते हैं, वही देखते हैं, वही नोट करते हैं. He looks to see what our mind is thinking, our thoughts and ideas, vichar. Man eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayoho. Brahma Bindu Upanishad. Second mantra, sorry. The Vedas say the mind alone, alone, is the cause of bondage as well as liberation. In other words, the mind is the performer of the action, not the sense organs. The moment we think, Bhagwan is already noted, Guru is noted. If you have accepted a saint in your heart as Guru, वो भूतकाल नहीं देखते. Guru, the good thing about Guru, Bhagwan has a note from uncountable lifetimes of our uncountable action. But when you go to a true Guru, a saint, he doesn't look at your past. The moment you accept him as Guru, he comes and sits in your heart. He doesn't give dikshas yet. Ho ka nahi phukte mantra. Like we see in the world of somebody, Guruji, and he puts a mantra in there as Krishnaya Namaha Ramaya. No, Guru doesn't do that. First, we have to accept the true saint, the true Guru in our heart. Make him your Guru in the heart. He will come and sit. And then we follow his instruction. Agya, I told you, Agya Palan. Follow in his instruction. So Guru, the moment he comes in the heart, all the uncountable sins we have committed in uncountable lifetimes, wo nahi dekhte, he doesn't look. From the moment we make him Guru, from now he starts looking. And he's looking every moment. So he's looking at our thoughts and ideas, the one who's going to give us everything. That's why we have to make it a fact. Make it a fact. मैं अकेला नहीं हूँ. I am not alone. This feeling of privacy, what I am thinking, nobody knows. We have to get rid of that feeling. I am thinking about this person. I wish this girl will go and die. I hate her. And she doesn't know what I'm thinking. But Bhagwan knows. Guru knows. We forget that. इनसे नहीं छिपा सकते. We can't hide from God and Guru. We can't hide from Radha Rani. So every moment we think. And if we think one wrong thought in one lifetime, uncountable lifetimes means uncountable sin is stored in our heart, in our mind as sanchit paap. And in a day we are thinking thousands of wrong things. So how can we not think that I am the most fallen, most sinful? Also, the definition of paap and punya we don't understand. We think, being on the Maya, we have this thing in our mind, this abhiman. I know what is right, I know what is wrong. This is abhiman only. Ego is making us think like that. Our ego. What is right and wrong is a different thing. Bhagwan gives a definition. Man nimitam kritam papam mad dharma cha kalpate ma manahritya dharmopi papam syan mad prabhavata. This is God's definition. Mama nimit. Mere liye. Mama nimit means mere liye, for me. Kritam papam. You do a pap, a sin, but you do it for Bhagavan, for saint who's Bhagavan personified. Mad dharmaya cha kalpate. I take that as a dharma. God is saying. It's a righteous action because it's done for God, for Guru. Or mamanahit dharmopi. You can do dharma, the righteous action, what we think is right, but it's not done for God and Guru. Papam syanmat prabhavataha. God says that is a papa, a sin. Now, think about it. In 24 hours of a day, how much time do we spend thinking favorably, lovingly about God and the saint? If we think very deeply about the definition of papa and punya, plus who is doing the right and the wrong action, every moment I'm thinking wrong things, and that is what God and Guru is noting, then it becomes very easy to realize and feel that I am the most sinful, the most fallen. Then that humility will come. Then I will start to become and feel, go to the point of being humbler than a blade of grass. You trample on the grass, you walk on the grass never complains. That's how we have to become. No matter what anyone does or say, how much, it's not easy. Because our ego gets hurt. Ego. Don't you know who I am? How dare you say there's such a thing to me? How dare you do such a thing to me? The ego gets hurt. And people actually feel pain. They cry. They feel a pain. But if you look anywhere, there's no wound and no bleeding, anything. What gets hurt? The ego. The day that anybody can say anything and do anything and you don't feel any pain, then you know ego has gone. They can say the worst thing to you. Do the worst thing. Take it. Achha. I am bad anyhow. Gadha. You fool, you donkey. I've been donkeying uncountable time. Yeah. Tarorapi sahishnuna. To be more tolerant than a fruit-bearing tree. Somebody is taking care of the tree, watering, fertilizing, taking out the weeds, and somebody tries to kill the tree, break the branch, throw sticks, stone. When the tree bears fruits, apple tree, mango tree, does the tree say, you Hari, you took good care of me. I'm going to give you the sweetest mango. Best. And you, Ramesh, you try to kill me? No mango for you. Oh, I'm going to give you a poison mango. No. The tree gives the same mango to everyone alike, whether you took care or you try to kill it. Bhai, hamara dharma hai, phal dena. It's my duty, my dharma to give fruit. You can take it lovingly or you can take it with hate. A tree doesn't eat its own fruit. We have to be more tolerant than the tree. In other words, you have to get angry and you don't get angry. These things are not easy. The situation is there, something is there, happened that you should get angry and you don't get angry. That amount of tolerance we have to make. When we and that comes when we think deep, deep inside the heart that I am no better than anyone. Actually, I may be worse. Then it becomes easy to forgive and forget. Bhul ja. It's only going to harm me, actually. Amanina manadenaha. Man means respect. Amanina, the absence of desire for name and fame. Respect. You should give the best thing and still feel I have given nothing. Aajkal people go to mandir, etc. and they give some, I go to a lot of mandirs. They go and give some daan and then somebody has to come in and read a list of all the people who have given. When thou givest alms, let not the left hand know what the right hand hath given, that thy alms may be in secret. The best alms, the best charity is the one given in secret so that I don't get that pride, abhiman, that I can give something. secret. Nobody should know. Bhagwan knows, Guru knows, that's all important. No desire for name and fame. Avmanadenaha. Give respect to all, not seen high and low. Seeing that your beloved Lord Sitaram, Radha Krishna is sitting in the heart of all living being, everyone. As Hanumanji says, Siya Ram mai sab jag jani, karahu pranam jori jug pani. This is what Hanumanji says. Everywhere I look, I see my beloved Sitaram, Ma Sita, and my beloved Shri Ram, and I put my hands together and I do pranam. We practice that ideal of seeing the Lord everywhere in everyone. That if I hurt that person, I am hurting the one I love. My Maharaji is sitting in that person's heart, my Radha Rani is sitting in that person's heart. Then it becomes difficult to even hurt an ant, cheaty, far less to hurt someone else. This is what we have to practice. So this is what Hanumanji and Vibhishan is teaching us. Vibhishan is the topmost bhakt. Hanumanji is Shivji himself, and yet they are saying such degrading things about himself to show us that how the importance of humility in the path of bhakti, in the path of doing devotion, of practicing sadhana, bhakti, spirituality, humility is compulsory, is the foundation that we're going to build the bhakti on. There's much more. We'll hear some more next time. We'll do one more bhajan, page 114. A few lines of this beautiful bhajan. Jo piya ruchi maharuchi rakhe, prema rasa soi chakhe de. The meaning will be on the screen so you can see it also, and those who are here will see the book. The individual who regards the beloved happiness as their own happiness, he is the one who will attain divine love. We have to practice selfless love. Nishkam prem. There should not be any desire for one's own happiness. Not for mukti, not for bhukti, not for karma, not for gyan, not for yoga. The only desire in your heart is how I'm going to make my beloved Sitaram, how to make Radha Krishna, how to make my Guru happy. That's all. Nothing else. That one will attain divine love. Book 2, page 114. Jo piya ruchi maharuchi rakhe, prem ras soi chakhe re. Jo piya ruchi maharuchi rakhe, prem ras soi chakhe re. Oh, jo piya ruchi maharuchi rakhe, prem ras soi chakhe re. Jo piya ruchi maharuchi rakhe, prem ras soi chakhe re. Hanumanji symbolizes this. All he thinks about is how to make his Sitaram, his beloved Sitaram happy. Hanumanji has no desire for his own happiness, nor for karma, nor for yoga, nor for gyan. All he wants is that his Sitaram should be happy. That's how we have to become. Jo piya प्रिय रुचि महारुचि राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे।
जो प्रिय रुचि महारुचि राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे।
जेहि कर्म नने कहूँ भावे रे जेहि ज्ञान हो नाही सुहावे रे जेहि समझाने रे जो मुक्ति पिशाचिनी माने रे
जो स्वर्ग नरक समझाने जो
जो स्वर्ग नरक समझाने रे जो मुक्ति पिशाचिनी माने रे
जो स्वर्ग नरक समझाने जो मुक्ति पिशाचिनी माने रे।
ओ नहीं रिद्धि सिद्धि उर राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे अपनावे रे या में चारी हूँ भाव समावे रे।
जो मधुर भाव अपनावे या विचारी हो भाव समावे
ओ जो मधुर भाव अपनावे रे या में चारी हूँ भाव समावे रे।
जो मधुर
राधे
भाव अपनावे या विचारी हो भाव समावे
ओ जो निज सुख उर नहीं राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे।
जो निज सुख उर नहीं राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाहे
ओ जो निज सुख उर नहीं राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे।
जो निज सुख उर नहीं राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाहे
जो हरि हरि जन ही भावे रे कहु अनत नटुक मन लावे रे। जो
हरि हरि जानकी भावे रे कहो अनंत नाटुक मन लावे रे।
जो हरि हरि जन ही भावे रे कहु अनत नटुक मन लावे रे।
जो हरि हरि जानकी भावे कहो अनंत नाटुक मन लावे रे।
ओ जोर कृपालु हरि राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे।
जोर कृपालु हरि राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाहे
ओ जोर कृपालु हरि राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे।
जोर कृपालु हरि राखे प्रेम रस सोई चाहे
जो पिय रुचि महरुचि राखे चाखे रे।
जो प्रिय रुचि महारुचि राहे, प्रेम रस सोई चाखे रे।
राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय, लाडली लाल की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय,
श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय,
श्री भक्ति धाम की
जय,
श्री युगल कुंज की
जय
जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय